So yeah, it's late Friday morning. It's about 6:30. I'm at the Urban Trail, which starts down there, and it connects in like a mile to the Arizona Trail. Actually, I'm gonna be hiking on for 800 miles in a few weeks. This is like my first real shakedown hike with all my gear. I will be carrying at least most of it. Just putting on a lot of weight. I'm gonna try to do 20 miles. There's my pack. It weighs at like 32 pounds right now, which is way heavy. I mean, I was expecting like between 30 and 35 pounds to be my heaviest with all my gear. Like 3-4 liters of water and like 5 days worth of food. Like at the heaviest, and that'll eventually get lighter as I eat the food and stuff. And there'll be parts where I won't have to carry as much water. Right now I got five liters of liquid in there, 3 liters of water, a liter of coffee, of course, and a liter of none, which is electrolytes and caffeine as well. So that's 22 and a half pounds, I think, right there. 10 liters or 5. No, I'm totally off. That's like 12.5 pounds just of liquid. So my gear is definitely too heavy. I was just listening to a podcast yesterday, and they said that this guy suggested you get your base weight down to 12 pounds to be comfortable during the hike. Mine is probably around 19 right now. I can still shake down some things. That's why they call it shakedown hike. You kind of learn what you can do without. So I can definitely shed a few pounds, but it's still gonna be heavy. And the main answer to that, they call it your big three. That's your tent, sleeping bag, and backpack. My backpack, this backpack right here, is like, I've had it for a couple of years. I haven't even used it that much. I got it when I first thought about doing this. Super old school. Probably just the backpack itself weighs like 3.5 pounds. You can get backpacks that are that size that are like 10 ounces, 12 ounces, less than a pound, so you can save pounds right there. But they're like $400. Same thing for my tent. I mean, this is my tent down here. It's a big Agnes Tiger Wall ultralight, so it's only like 3 pounds. But you can definitely, it's a 2-man tent because I like the room. You can definitely get lighter tents. It sets up with poles. You can get tents that use your trekking poles. So yeah, that could be lighter. In my sleeping system, I got also big Agnes Sidewinder sleeping bag. It's designed for side sleepers, which I definitely am, so that's nice. It's only 35 degree temperature bag. I figured I needed colder, so I got a Sea to Summit liner that's supposed to increase the temperature by 25 degrees. So like when they say sleeping bags good at 35 degrees, that does not mean you're going to be comfortable necessarily at 35 degrees. It means that you're basically not going to freeze to death. So I'm expecting some light nights, but not many, down in the 20s, definitely below freezing. Maybe the teens, but whatever. I'll figure that out when I get it. And that's the same thing. My sleeping bag's light. It's not ultra light. Drop a couple $100 to shed a pound. Is all this worth it? People are crazy. They shave off the handles of their toothbrush to save 1/10 of a gram. Like, I'm not that worried about it. So we'll see. I'm going to try to do 20 today with 32.5 pounds on my back and see how it feels. All right, more on the trail. It's supposed to rain most of the afternoon, but that'll just be good training. Later, see you on the trail. Yo, boy! I'm on the Arizona Trail, heading south. I'll be coming through here in a few weeks, but yeah, you can follow this trail all the way to Mexico, to the U.S.-Mexican border. Just south of Patagonia, Arizona. So I will be walking on this again. All right. So it's like 9:15. Just taking a quick stop, eat a little bit, drink some coffee, of course, get caffeinated. Um, so yeah, it's my first rest, except going to the bathroom a couple times. Made some good time. I'm actually pretty happy about it. I'm feeling good. I just did 6 miles in like 2 hours and 5 minutes. Very flat for the most part, a couple like gradual climbs, but I mean, it's like my first time carrying a lot of weight. I got 32 pounds on my back, which is around the heaviest I'll be at any given time. And to do like to do like 20-minute miles anytime in the trail is good, but especially with that weight. And again, it is flat. But this is more like what the trail's gonna be like. I'm actually on the Arizona Trail first off, but most of the training hikes I've been doing around Flagstaff has been up on Mount Eldon, and Sedona have been like hikes going out of Oak Canyon, and so it'd been like straight up going like 2,000 feet in a couple miles, like basically switchbacks going upstairs. Same for out here. And the trail's not gonna be like that except for the Grand Canyon. It's gonna be mostly flat, gradual climb. I think I read the average to do like 2,000 feet of elevation a day. So, this is a good starter. I'm gonna continue to be able to lighten my pack, get things lighter, and continue to push more miles faster. So, again, six miles in two hours is pretty dope. I am thinking about this. I think like when I'm on trail, I'm gonna get up early because I like hiking in the early morning, right before sunrise. Just get up before sunrise, jam out some coffee, make some hot coffee, and not eat, maybe a bar or something, and hit the trail and try to get 6-7 miles in real quick in the first 2 hours, and then stop and make a more leisurely breakfast and chill out and rest and get going. So yeah, I mean, at this pace, doing 20 miles a day shouldn't be tough at all. So I'm feeling good about that. All right. So it's raining a little bit, not too bad, but there's some blue sky up around. Not worrying about rain gear. I'm over 10 miles, gonna hit 11. Hope I don't regret it, because that means 11 miles back home. There's more climbing the last 4 or 5 miles, and I've been going mostly up, so the hike back will be mostly down, so I think I'll be cool. Just don't want to push it too much, get home too late, whatever. But yeah, the rain feels good actually. So I've been like on the verge of rainstorms the last few hikes and finally got a little bit. But yeah, feeling good, feeling strong. I'm actually gonna stop in about 3/4 of a mile. I'll be halfway done and gonna cook a meal, a freeze-dried mountain meal, just to get used to like using my stove and shit in the backcountry. All right. So it up, I've been on break. I stopped here. The sun came out after the rain. It's pretty nice. There's a trail. I just cooked a meal. I should have filmed it, but I've only used my backcountry stove a couple times. I thought it would have been cool to show it, but there'll be plenty of times. But yeah, I got some chicken and dumplings. The stove's amazing. It literally boils water in like 40 seconds. Like a liter of water. So yeah, I don't know how good it's gonna be. Well, let's try it, dude. But yeah, I'm really just doing this just to get practice, but the whole thing is pretty easy. I got my cool special silicone thing, so let's see what chicken and dumplings is all about. Hot. Definitely didn't add enough water because I let it sit long enough, but the Dumplings are definitely dry in the middle, but it tastes all right. I mean, throw in some like garlic powder and some hot sauce. This would be decent. Well, it is decent. It'll be good. It's supposed to be 2 meals. Which isn't very much. I'll eat all this. And it's only 300 calories a meal, so this will be only a total of 600 calories. I gotta find some more because I'm gonna want to put in calories, and I'm sure they got more that are higher calorie. I mean, these are like lower on the chain as price wise, but there are no artificial preservatives, no artificial flavors, no colors. 2 servings, just that water, and you eat it out of a bag. Put the water in, seal it up. It's got zip. It's got 34 grams of protein though with both servings, so that's good. So yeah, you don't have to do any dishes. You just pack it out and throw it in the trash. All right, I'm gonna finish this because I gotta start heading back. I just found out I gotta work tomorrow at 6 in the morning. Later. All right, so this is cool. I was wrapping up the food container, chicken and dumplings, and on the bottom here, it's got a picture of a Volkswagen Westfalen, or a bus. Looks like more like a bus. Maybe 16 windows. I think it is 16 windows. Those are classic. But it's got a cool quote here. I would rather own little and see the world than own the world and see little of it. Alexander Settler. Dude, totally agree. Rather be poor and do cool shit than have a lot of money and not do cool shit and work all the time. Alexander Sattler. I have no idea who that is, but I will look it up. But I just thought that was kind of cool on the bottom. Glad I caught it. Yeah. So yeah, it's coming down good. Now, for the first time I've been on the trail, it's pouring. Yeah, I geared up. I got my pack covered. I got wet in the process, but I'll be right good. This is all good training. I'm gonna put my phone away before it gets boinked out later. So yeah, it rained. It came down good for about 20 minutes. Trail was completely flooded. I'm a little wet, not too bad. It just got me before I could put on all my rain gear. Yeah, I got my jacket on. I got my pack cover on. Decided not to put my rain pants on because it's pretty warm. You know, when you're hiking in the rain, dude, you're gonna get wet no matter how good your rain gear is. Your feet are always gonna be soaking. Even if you have like the best Gore-Tex boots, Gore-Tex, if you're walking in the pouring rain for, you know, a substantial amount of time, like 10, 15 minutes, your feet are gonna get soaked. That's why a lot of people don't use Gore-Tex, because you're gonna get wet and they take a lot longer to dry. So like, these are soaked, but they're lightweights, and they'll be dry in 20 minutes, at least relatively dry. So yeah, it's already clearing up. I like being in the rain, you know, in the forest, in the woods, except when it's cold. You know, it gets so cold, you'd almost wish, you'd rather have it snow than rain when you're right around in between that mark, 32 degrees, because, you know, snow, you know, rain you're going to get wet, snow you're not going to get as wet. All right. So yeah, it's been raining for a while. You can see the sun's just coming out. Trail, as you can see, it's pretty wet. Little stream going by. But I didn't even bother to put my rain gear on. It's not gonna rain that long. And it's warm. Actually feels kind of good. So yeah, getting some good training in the rain. Making still a pretty good time. I think I'm 16, 17 miles in. Got like 6 to get to my bike and then bike home. Yeah, legs feel good, especially with all this weight. So it's been a very good first like long distance shakedown hike with a lot of weight on my back here, about 30 pounds now. I drank some water, made a meal. So I'm actually feeling a lot stronger than I anticipated. So that's a big morale booster. It feels good. I know I gotta cut down my fat weight still some more, but I'll be able to do that. I'm carrying a bunch of junk in here right now. I've just collected over the year. I'm tired. Yeah, a little thunder in the distance. Sun's out. Probably get a rainbow. Nice